Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I want to talk about the most common mistake I see players making in the First Descendant, and that is making their account too wide and not deep enough. I'll explain what that means in a little bit, but first off, remember, at the end of the game, this is a video game. You should be having fun. If you're enjoying your time with it, by all means, continue doing what you're doing and enjoying the First Descendant. However, if you are struggling, if you are trying to obtain everything possible in the game, but you maybe haven't min-maxed your build, or at least become more efficient in your grinding, this video might be for you. And the reason I say that is I think too many players treat this game like it's Pokemon. They're trying to complete their Pokédex by obtaining every single module in the game, every single character, every single weapon, and all its upgrades without maximizing the potential of one or two characters. And so that's really where I want to focus, because I do feel like people would benefit from focusing on maybe two characters at the beginning, farming for specific mods for them, farming for specific weapons and upgrading those weapons, using their energy activators instead of across 4 or 5 different characters. Use them on 1 or 2 characters and 1 or 2 weapons. And that will make your account so much better that farming will be significantly easier in the long run. And so what I mean by that is, say you are searching for a specific mod and you do a mission, and that mission takes you 2 minutes, but then you upgrade your build, you've perfected your build, and now that mission only takes you a minute. The next time you farm for a different mod, that is going to significantly reduce the amount of time it takes you to obtain the mod, because while you have a 5% drop chance per mission, say you are completing the mission in half the time, now you are getting that 5% drop chance twice as much with the same amount of time. So I think that is very important to understand. Is many people, they see all these cool builds online, they're like, I'm going to chase this build, and then they get distracted by a different build and they got to chase that character and upgrade that character for that build, and then Valby is broken and now Glay is broken, and they want. But instead, once you have a certain character, every character can be pretty much every piece of content in the game, barring some situations where hard colossi are difficult because you are not matching up the correct energy types. But other than that, that's why I suggest having 2 characters, because pretty much every character in the game can have a build that can beat any content in the game currently. And so because of that, you want to make sure that you are getting the right mods and upgrading the mods, because you're going to have limited resources. You're not going to be able to upgrade every mod possible in the game. You're not going to be able to slot every mod on every character when you are upgrading them either, especially as you are using some of your upgrade materials. So same thing goes for the weapons. You're going to have to re-roll your various weapons and the perks that you get on them, and the perks you're looking for might not be universally good across every single character. You might be able to get an eternal willpower that has the right the crit rate, crit damage, all that stuff that maximizes the efficiency for every character. Or you might focus with something like toxic or chill damage or fire damage, whatever the case may be. And so because of that, I think too many people are farming for all these different they want a tamer that is usable with every single element type, without realizing that you also have to re-roll the other abilities, the other perks on that, in order to maximize the damage. So you might have a couple okay tamers, but instead you could have 1 or 2 really good ones. I personally think the tamer is overrated. I think there's a lot of other good weapons that can outperform it in the game. And because of that, I'm not as much of a fan as other people, but it can help you through the majority of the content, especially if you're struggling with any of the normal mode colossi. The tamer can get the job done in a way that is very easy. It just doesn't have the ceiling that some of the other weapons do, in my own personal opinion. And this is going to continue to be true with the First Descendant as new players jump in the game and we do get new content. We are getting a bunch of changes next week on July 31st. We have likely buffs and potentially nerfs as well. We have a new character in Luna who looks very interesting, and I can't wait to see her playstyle. We also have a new ultimate Valby who is likely to be insane. Obviously, it depends on what the ultimate mod we get with her as well, how that works, but ultimately, I do think that making farming more efficient for you will make your life a lot easier, because while I do enjoy the game, while I like grinding for things, I do struggle at times when it's taking me a really long time to complete activities. And then when that happens, I lose my motivation. Whereas if I can farm quicker, more efficiently, and it only takes me an hour to do a mission to get the thing that I'm looking for, now I can move on and feel good. Whereas if it's taking me multiple hours because my build isn't correct, I'm not farming efficiently, that can be a massive struggle that I think people don't consider when they're building out their account, when they're looking at everything they're trying to get. There's so many mods. I think if you look at your mod page, go to the access info and look at your mod page and the different materials that you can obtain and see how much you are actually missing, it'll reduce the stress of trying to get everything you possibly can in the game and allow you to hyper focus a little bit more. It's fun to farm for everything. I think over time you probably will try to chase everything you possibly can. Once you have those two characters built out, maybe a farming character that's AoE based that allows you to farm waves of activities better, and then you have one character who's hyper focused on colossi, then that could make your life a lot easier and will make grinding the game just that little bit more fun. It will require some more time up front, but ultimately I think it's the way to go. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you have a couple insane builds on your account already? If not, what's keeping you back from that? My name is Jopa. Have a good one. Enjoy the video. If you want to see more of the First Descendant content from me, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.